Welcome back to Satisfactory. I think we're going to have a quick video today. All I want to do is fully exploit our little nitrogen gas situation over here. And right now we have 4 nitrogen gas packagers, and each one of them can do 240 each, so that's right around, what's the number here, 960. If we go over here, which is our well pressurizer, we see that we're doing 980. So let's just do the 960. Can we do that with just one overclock? Yes. All right, so now we're producing exactly the right amount of gas for these packagers. I have a couple extra tanks on the side here, just to make sure that we always have gas to the packagers. Now, the problem is we've got our 2 little drone ports here. They're moving the packaged gas out to the base and bringing in empty canisters. And all that stuff sort of whips around in here. I need to redo this, rebuild this a little bit. But the empties come in here, they get split up before the 4 packagers. Then the results come out like this. And then they go back into the drone ports. Then the drone ports take it over to the main base. But right now, I don't think we're getting enough empties. Right? See? So the drones are set up to arrive at different times, but it doesn't matter if they're not bringing in enough. And right now, they are not bringing in enough. Yeah, see, they're a little late. So technically, we're looking at 240. Right? We've got 4 machines that are bringing in 60 each. So we need 240 empties per minute. This guy's going to pick up the 200 package, but it's not going to be anywhere near enough empties. Yeah. Right around 250 empty fluid tanks. That's going to be really good for a while, but then it's going to go away again. So just for our own sake here, we're going to do 60 times 4. Just a reminder that we're shipping, we need 240 empty fluid tanks per minute. All right, I'm going to head back to the main base. We'll do a quick cut, and I'll see you when I get back there. And we're back. I might have forgotten to say that I am so glad you're here. So we're looking at our little production, our little empty fluid tank production area. Obviously, we're not feeding it anywhere near enough aluminum to really make this thing work. But the empty canisters that we are making getting sent over here, and then right above us is the drone port, the main drone port area. Right? One of these is receiving and shipping. The received items come down and then get put into this crazy tower, because I wasn't sure exactly what we were doing. The empties get sent over here and shipped up directly into the drone port. We should have a decent... Yeah, we've got a decent amount of nitrogen in here now. Ooh. Almost 2 full containers of nitrogen. And the real point is that there are, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's like 4,800 potential empties. Oh, then this one's full too. Right? Yes. Hmm. Plan is formulating. I think what I want to do is get the nitrogen onto the bus. And by getting the nitrogen onto the bus, we will actually create more nitrogen, or we'll actually bring in more nitrogen. So these first 2 pipes are taken, one with, I want to say sulfuric acid, and one with water. Oh, sulfuric acid. Ooh, I'm glad I checked this. This top one is actually empty. We should probably make this just water times 2. Maybe we'll make this sulfuric acid times 2. And then we'll just make this third one. We'll make this third row the place where we pull in the nitrogen. Just to avoid any confusion, we're going to pull that off of there. Always remember to zoop. Uh-oh. We're running out of copper already. Well, I tell you, copper sheets. Alright, so the basic plan here would be to pull out the nitrogen, send the resulting empties back into the system, store the nitrogen, and then eventually start using the nitrogen in production. What do you think? 3 of these big ones? Or 2? putting it too close to the bus. It's just a recipe for clipping. Put a pipe on the ceiling here, bowl holder, and then a junction. Connect this in the horizontal to vertical style. Luckily we're dealing with a gas, so we shouldn't have any issues with pumps. And let's see. Packager. Ooh. Need steel beams. Huh. You know, normally, when you run out of power, you get a little bit of grace, but maybe that's ended. Went past my turn, got confused. Oh, look at that. Let's pick up a couple copper sheets while we're here. And they should always be replenished. And a few steel beams. Steel. All right. It's going to go in on this side and then out on that side. We might want to do this in a hurry. So we'll probably end up with a bunch. All right. What we'll do is we will turn All right, there we go. And then we'll unpackage nitrogen gas. Copy paste. And then we need the empties. It's recycling. We're just recycling. Then we'll merge the empties back on the line. Eventually, with this closed loop, we shouldn't need to make any more empties, right? Then we'll merge. I can't tell if I'm on the line or not. Oop. Let's do this again, shall we? And we want to leave enough room to also get the pipes. Can I grab that? Not while we're autosaving, I can't. Oh, actually it did work through the autosave. I'll build a third one of these just as a placeholder. Build some pipe. Nope. From here to here to here, straight in there. Then we will there. Wow. This unpackaging is fast. Theoretically, if I've got 4 on that side, I should have 4 on this side. It unpackages at the exact same rate as it packages. And that is just turning into nitrogen gas. And that should just float up. That should just float up. Yeah. As the pressure builds in here, it'll find its way up and around and into this pipe where we're storing our natural gas. Or nitrogen gas, sorry. Have I made a terrible error? I have. This needs to move Oh, that's painful. Let's just build this so we know exactly what we're dealing with. Of course, we ran out of concrete. We'll get this nestled a little closer. That's almost a clip, but I think it's fine. There we go. Now our lovely nitrogen gas is getting stored. Got a decent amount of room. And then we'll build one more of these. And just kind of hook it up, right? So we're packaging 4. We're going to unpackage 4. Getting the angles right on mergers and splitters is the most intense minigame ever devised in a video game. Just about there. Good news is these all resolve to a single solution. So it will be 240 will be 240. They'll go up through one drone port and then get shipped out and then be pulled back through 2 drone ports. But at the end of the day, it's all going to the same 4 packagers on the other end. So this is perfect. At least right now, all of this will get emptied out. I like the idea of keeping this. Let's see. It goes in. If we were going to do something fancy, we would have to make use of this entry port. Oh, we actually could do that. Right? Send it in here. Then send it out here. Then connect this in and out. Now all the stuff well, some of it's going back to itself, unfortunately, but all of the packaged gas now is made available. One empty fluid tank. Nitrogen gas. It's not emptying out as fast as I thought it would. Oh, 240 per minute. We're cranking more than one pipe's worth of gas. 2 of these is basically a full pipe. Yeah, if you think about that on the other side, it is 2 pipes. Good point. Make room for the second storage. Short on plastic. Should be easy to grab some plastic though. There we go. That should relieve some of that pressure, and then we'll build another junction on the secondary. Pipe on the roof. So there you go. All pressures equalize. These should rapidly drop to 0. Of course, now I have some nitrogen gas in my inventory that I don't want. That I can't seem to see. Where is it? There it is. Alright, so this should now produce 240 plus the ones that are being made. I could temporarily overclock one of these. Whoa, it's doing a whole pipe by itself. And these three are not going to be able to squeeze into 720. $150 empties per minute, though. I guess, let's see. We've got... Well, hold on. Each one of these pipes does 600. That means we've got room for 1,200. 240 times 4. That's 960. So 1,200 minus 960 is 240. So the absolute maximum for the use of that pipe would be 480. But you know what? I don't want to put that here. For some reason, I want to put that here at the end of the line. You know what? I'm just going to do one power shard each. There we go. That's it. That's the answer. So that's 720 plus 240 plus 240. 720 plus 240. I know it's 480 plus 240. Yeah, that's 1,200. So those pipes are being maximized. So theoretically, at some point we will have to come back and pull up those power shards, but since we have such a huge backlog of packaged nitrogen gas, it won't hurt my feelings to make full use of these pipes in our storage. Alright, and so now when we go up here and we check our shipping, Yes, see, now we've got lots more empties. So almost 2 rows of empties. Right, that filled up the drone. So that's also where we want to be. Let's see how much. So the drone can handle 900. There's always at least one more thing to consider, right? The other drone is coming in. It's got 400 full. Okay, this is actually good news. If... I gotta think about this for a second. If this drone can pick up all of the items in here... Sorry, I'm yelling. I'm hearing the drones and it's making me talk extra loud. If it can pick up all the empties, then we should have optimized throughput. I think we're about where we want to be. I think this is correct. I'm switching to jetpack. I know this guy's going to throw me off at some point. That was quicker than I thought it was going to be. Whoa. Great momentum, though. Uh-oh. That was kind of cool. So we'll go back and check the nitrogen gas port. Easy for me to say. Looking for our power lines. There we go. So we can put the hover back on. That's the thing about this game. Sometimes you just have to, you know, you have to tweak. Just a little tweak. We're going to spend 40 minutes just making sure that our throughput on the nitrogen gas that we've collected is maximized. And right now that means that we've added nitrogen gas to our mega base for the future production. It's probably like 1 or 2 episodes away before we start using it, though, because we are nearing endgame for this playthrough. Alright, so now... Look at that. See, now we've got plenty of empties waiting to be used. Luckily, this is split between both drone ports. But I am thinking what you're thinking. We should buffer this with an industrial storage container just to make sure that those empties get out of the ports and the drones don't get delayed. You know what I mean? Need to get some concrete in my builder's inventory. There we go. So this way, whenever empties are in a drone port, they should get pulled out, sent into storage, and then these packagers will immediately jump on the task. And I could max one of these just to sort of pile through. Now I'm using up all the gas. This is looking about right, though. Yeah, great. See? 0 on the drone port, almost 0 on this one. By the time the next drone lands, hopefully, the plan would be, ideally, it would be empty. Then there's a little extra in here, but that gets worked down while the drones are flying back and forth. So when you start talking about drones and trains and trucks having storage containers, I think the storage containers become more important. When you're directly connected with a conveyor belt, you might have to wait initially, but you always know you're always going to get a certain amount of supply. The storage containers matter less as part of your standard operating procedure. While you're building, you might want to have a storage container just to capture the stuff that you're building until you need it for the next step. But when you're operating normally, you shouldn't need a storage container when you're primarily connected with conveyor belts. Theoretically, we should be perfect. We're set up. I'm going to call that a win. I'm going to try to catch one more ride. Oh boy. Oh, I got the boot. This is a great way to see the base. There's the oil terminal. Plastic and rubber. Actually, oh geez. Somehow I got here before the drone. All right. We're going to stop before I do anything more reckless and end up dying at home, which is like the worst. So that was fun. We got the nitrogen gas set up. We're pulling in a nice, healthy... What did we say? 960? Somewhere in there. nitrogen gas per minute, so that'll be a good chunk for us to use for future projects. We are storing that gas, and then we're recycling the empties and putting them right back into the system. And then eventually, assuming we don't need the empties for anything else, we can stop making containers, at least for this system, right? So the drones are going to pull in the nitrogen gas and the canisters. The canisters will get emptied. Nitrogen gas will be added to the bus, which is what all this is about. And then, oops. Haha. Secret clipping problems. And then, so the 960 canisters should just recycle over and over again in this loop. Once we have enough. And we might already have enough. But we'll have to see. Oh my goodness. This top storage is already full. Please don't tell me they're all full. Oh, that was quick. These are all full. Okay, well, next episode, we're going to start building with gas. Nitrogen gas. But that's a problem for our next episode. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.